Today on ATV, we will discuss an Ebola scare in the Pentagon, AU's partnership with the Nats,
and we'll learn about the F word and take a look at DC's mayoral campaign.
Welcome to ATV News. I'm Taylor Kinsler.
And I'm Richard Kaufman. ATV News starts now. DC police have released a video of a parking attendant being savagely beaten downtown. The attack, which took place in September, occurred after the attendant told a man the garage was closing. The attendant suffered broken bones as well as numerous lacerations to the face and chin. Police are requesting for anyone with information about the attack to call them.
A woman who became ill in the Pentagon parking lot does not have Ebola, Virginia Public Health Authorities said Friday, ending a day-long scare that forced a temporary quarantine of military members who were going to a Marine Corps ceremony in Washington, D.C. Officials at Arlington and Fairfax County's public health departments are confident that she does not have the virus, and they took all needed medical precautions when she was in isolation at Inova Fairfax Hospital. With more on AU's partnership with the Nats, here's Stephanie.
Prices of food and national souvenirs are expensive during postseason, but national fans thanked American University for financing the Metro Fair. AU took up the tab for late-night Metro rides using the Navy Yard Metro Station during postseason late-night games. Terry Flannery, Vice President of Communications and Marketing at American University, explained the agreement between AU and the Nationals.
This had appeal for a couple of reasons. First of all, the partnership with the Nationals to provide late-night access to Metro gave us really high benefits and returns for very little or negligible possible cost.
But where did the money come from? Some AU students believed it was from their own tuition. Matt Rosenberg, a junior in the School of Communication, tweeted at American expressing his frustration over the lack of communication with the student body.
There was just no, I think, data on it, which was really upsetting as a student whose tuition money was going towards it. And very slight chance, but could potentially lose money on this deal to pay for people that weren't students to get home.
According to Flannery, AU already had a plan for the late Metro rides.
In the last 2-year budget cycle, we approved the investment in an additional 2 years of the relationship with the Nationals.
The Nats only played 2 games during the playoffs and both finished during normal hours for the Metro. This allowed AU to keep all of its money and provided benefits.
A great deal of positive feedback from the business community, from a lot of students and faculty, and alumni, more than articulated an opposition position, and it cost us nothing.
I think it's lucky that no money was spent. You know, my anger was on execution and the fact that potentially tuition money can go towards it. So I think we got lucky the Nats weren't doing so well this playoff.
Despite the initial controversy of this partnership, the administration at American University felt like their decision had a positive impact on campus and the DC community. For ATV News, I'm Stephanie Rivera.
Now for the latest in entertainment, here's Brianne and Cerrone.
Hello everybody, welcome to ATV Entertainment News. I'm Brianne Page.
And I'm Cerrone White. We have a lot to get into, so let's jump right into it. Misty Upham, actress and Indie Spirit nominee, was found dead in the woods in Auburn, Washington on Friday. She was 32 years old.
You know, I watched her in August Osage County, so that was devastating to hear. An Instagram feud sparked between Snoop Dogg and rapper Iggy Azalea. Snoop Dogg made multiple snarky memes on Instagram comparing the rapper to Marlon Wayans' White Chicks character. The pics were followed with nasty name-calling captions. Azalea responded saying she's going to be the bigger man in this situation and leave it be. You know, I just really feel like he's attacking the poor girl.
I don't know why.
In case some of us forgot, October is National Bully Awareness Month.
Yes, it is. Let's talk about Beyonce's not-so-flawless hairdo. She went out in London showing off her perfect face, perfect body, perfect marriage, and then she messed it all up by bringing her hair. Someone stole Bae's bang, and the world is demanding them back now.
You know, I actually like her new hairstyle.
Not so.
Missy Elliott stunned the press this Thursday at the Alexander Wang H&M collection show with her new slim and slender figure. Elliott was diagnosed with thyroid disease in 2008, and this is the first time she has performed since. She looks amazing.
She is. She is. Sarah Jessica Parker makeup artist Leslie Lopez was arrested after being accused of stealing designer handbags. She's facing charges on 3 counts of grand theft. On to breakups.
Charlie Sheen calls off engagement with fiancée days before wedding. Sheen says he plans to focus on family and himself. This would have been his 4th marriage.
Joan Rivers' autopsy report was released on Thursday, revealing her official cause of death to be a lack of sufficient oxygen to her brain. The legendary comedian, who was at 81, died of cardiac arrest. This has been ATV Entertainment News. I am Saron White.
And I'm Breon Page. See you next week.
Thanks, Breon and Saron. The Washington Post has endorsed Muriel Bowser for D.C. mayor. Mayor Vincent C. Gray's controversial term has left many D.C. residents feeling unsatisfied and looking for change. The Post feels Ms. Bowser is the best candidate to provide the necessary leadership, and that no other candidate comes close to her in, quote, temperament, work ethic, and policy understanding, end quote. We will see how their endorsement shapes the polls on November 4th. The Bethesda Road Retail District will be transformed into an outdoor art gallery this weekend. Over 190 artists will display and sell their works, including ceramics, sculptures, paintings, photographies, and more. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday.
The White House is opening its grounds and gardens to tours this weekend. The event is free and open to members of the public. The National Park Service is distributing tickets at the Ellipse Visitor Pavilion at 15th and East Street Northwest. Now it's time for Sports with Sarah.
I'm Sarah Schrader-Nahum, and this is ATV Sports. American University's men's soccer team made an impressive victory over Bucknell University on October 11th. The Eagles, ranked number 20 in the nation, had a 1-0 win over the Bisons. The Eagles' aggressive defensive team helped secure this win with key players including Liam Robley and Mark Plaisance. Turning to American swimming and diving team, the Eagles earned some top times against Loyola and George Washington and Catholic University. Junior Paris Wood won the 100 backstroke and placed 3rd in the 50 freestyle and 100 freestyle. Some other notable swimmers who made some impressive times included Melissa Parker, Shannon Scoville, Kaylee Watson, and Katie Kudlak. And for the men's team, sophomore Killian Korth won the 200 free and rookie Thomas Klusterman placed 2nd overall in the 500 free. Moving to national sports, it has been an interesting year for the Florida State University football program. Star quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston has been in trouble multiple times throughout the year. With a rape allegation and a crab leg theft, the spotlight has been placed on the Seminoles. In latest news, FSU is under investigation for skepticism that officials took steps to hide and hinder the criminal investigation. Winston will be in a judiciary hearing in which he might be charged with 4 violations of the FSU student conduct. In other news, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie signed a bill to legalize sports betting in casinos and horse racing tracks. This has had multiple reactions among the state, including concerns that this will add a whole new element to the game. For ATV Sports, I'm Sarah Schrader-Nahum.
A male cab driver who was dressed as a woman has been sentenced to 3 years in prison after scamming drunk passengers into giving him their ATM cards and PIN numbers. Nair Mitchell of Clinton, Maryland stole over $228,000, draining bank accounts of dozens of victims. Authorities say riders would give Mitchell their ATM cards so he could withdraw their fares for them. He pleaded guilty to 5 counts of first-degree felony fraud.
Repairs are currently underway on a sinkhole around Pennsylvania Avenue. Closures on the avenue began at 7 a.m. Saturday morning and are expected to end in the evening. The Department of Transportation says 1 lane will remain open on each side, but traffic delays can be expected.
Here's Michelle with a finance report.
Hi, I'm Michelle Backus, and this is your ATV Finance Report. China's central bank will inject $32 billion into the country's banking system, according to the Wall Street Journal. Referred to as targeted easing, this capital will go to 20 central and regional banks. This is due to the declining dollar reserves and lack of both investors and consumers. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in late September asked countries around the world to raise $1 billion to help fight the Ebola virus. However, as of Friday, they have only $100,000 from Colombia. Over 48 million Americans are living in poverty, according to a special report by the Census Bureau Thursday. Although government benefits such as Social Security have put 27 million Americans out of poverty, critics argue there is still not enough people entering the workforce. On Friday, the Nasdaq was up 41 points, the S&P was up 24 points, and the Dow was up 263 points, making this the second best day of the entire year. Thank you so much. My name is Michelle Backus, and this is your ATV Finance Report.
Here's more with Andy on politics.
Hello, for ATV Politics, this is Andy Lawani. Republican Governor Rick Scott is up against former Governor Charlie Crist for the 2014 gubernatorial race. Crist is ahead in the race with 44% to Scott's 42%. Scott has been unpopular for most of his term with a 40% rating. In response to the recent Ebola outbreak, President Obama named White House official Ron Klain as Ebola Czar. Klain's appointment comes after the president canceled all meetings on Wednesday in order to discuss the federal government's handling of the recent outbreak in West Africa. Same-sex marriage rights are expanding to most of the West. Arizona on Friday joined numerous states as courts expanded gay marriage rights across the nation. Arizona is the 31st state in the nation to legalize marriage for same-sex couples. For ATV Politics, this is Andy Lawani.
Let's switch over to Jamie with World News.
Hello, this is Jamie Sheasley with the World News Report. Some Republican congressmen have encouraged instituting a flight ban in response to the Ebola crisis in West Africa. Obama released a video message stating that this is infeasible and that isolating the region would only worsen the situation because it would make it more difficult for health professionals to get supplies back and forth. The president has encouraged Americans to stay calm in the face of hysteria. As of this morning, the virus has killed over 4,500 people. The talks between the European Union, Russia, and Ukraine have reached a breakthrough regarding the gas dispute in Ukraine. Though details have not been specified, Russian President Putin stated that the main parameters of a contract have been agreed upon. Russia cut off Ukraine's gas supplies in June when the conflict between the Ukrainian government and pro-separatist rebels first began, claiming that Ukraine has yet to pay off its gas debts estimated at $4.5 billion. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights claims that the Islamic State is being trained by defected Iraqi pilots to fly fighter jets. Witnesses claim to have seen the planes being flown around the disputed territory of Aleppo. However, the United States military has stated that it is unaware of ISIS conducting any flight operations in Syria or elsewhere. Roman Catholic Church leaders have begun a 2-week conference discussing family matters and sexuality. Pope Francis, renowned internationally for his relatively liberal policies on matters such as homosexuality and contraception, has scored his first victory in convincing many church leaders to moderate their staunch stances on gay unions. He emphasizes focusing on the positive aspects of human sexuality. This is revolutionary for the Vatican, and more revolutionary changes are expected regarding divorcees and birth control in the coming week as the synod continues. Signing off with World News, this is Jamie Sheasley.
D.C. Police Chief Kathy L. Lanier announced on Thursday that her department will begin accepting applications for their first public permits to carry concealed firearms in the nation's capital. This announcement came after a federal judge's ruling that struck down the district's long-standing concealed carry ban. This is the first time in almost 4 decades that D.C. residents will be able to apply for concealed firearms.
Omar Gonzalez, who jumped the White House fence and ran into the building wielding a knife, is facing additional charges. New charges include entering a restricted building while carrying a dangerous weapon and unlawful possession of ammunition. Gonzalez is pleading not guilty to the charges, but will be undergoing a mental competency review as ordered by a federal judge. Now it's time to get a weather update with Chelsea.
My name is Chelsea Smart, and this week your ATV weather report is looking a little damp. We're going to start the week off with cloudy skies, a high of 65 and a low of 52. On Tuesday, we'll be experiencing early morning showers with a high of 67 and a low of 51. You'll want to bring your umbrella with you on Wednesday because we'll be seeing showers all throughout the day. Your high will be 57 and a low of 49. We'll be ending our week off with cloudy skies again. On Thursday, our high will be 61 and our low will be 51. On Friday, you'll have a high of 66 and a low of 50. The sun won't be in the sky, AU, but keep shining. This is your ATV weather report.
Now, time for the latest on campus with Alex.
Hi, this is Alex Wong with What's Up AU. A Healthy U is having a heart walk in the greater Washington area. This heart walk, sponsored by the American Heart Association, will raise awareness of heart disease and try to reach the goal of $2 million to donate money for heart disease research. So come out on November 8th at 10 a.m. on the National Mall to join other AU students on a walk and receive a free AU drawstring backpack. Do you have what it takes to be the ultimate Eagle? Then register for the Eagle Triathlon. You can compete as a team or as an individual in this 400-yard swim, 7-mile bike, and 5K run combination on Saturday, November 8th. The registration deadline is October 31st. The AU Dance Program is having the 3rd annual Friends and Family Benefit Concert on Saturday, November 8th at 8 p.m. All proceeds will benefit AU dance students. General admission tickets are $25 and student tickets are $10. This has been Alex Wan with What's Up AU.
Well, that walk sounds like a great event. We'll have to be sure to check it out.
Can't think of a better place to do it than the National Mall.
Couldn't agree with you more, Richard.
Thank you, Taylor. Be sure to check us out on AUATV.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for the latest news updates. With ATV News, I'm Richard Kaufman.
And I'm Taylor Kinsler.